Have you been wondering if it's easy to learn JavaScript and land your first web development job in 2023? If so, follow this tutorial and smash the fundamentals of this beloved programming language like data structures, algorithms, if statements, for loops, and many more. If you're interested, my name is Kasper and welcome to my YouTube channel. To correctly and smoothly start this tutorial, set up your VS Code by opening the new folder, which is empty, like mine, the JS tutorial, and here in VS Code, install the extension Live Server. After installing, here in the footer you have something called Go Live, it's a button, and you can go and check your HTML code in the browser. So basically entire website is built with HTML. So I have to create a new file, index.html, and with the shortcut I can create a new document of HTML, and this is the website, very basic, with empty body and some meta tags. You don't have to need that and no right now, but I will go live and I have this on my browser in the local host. So I'm ready to make inspect element with the right button of the mouse and go to the console. I will minimize my VS Code window and share, or maybe firstly I will click that to make another window with the console, and I will divide my screen for the console and for the VS Code. I can now zoom in the console and I have everything needed. So next thing, I will only enable the logs to be visible, and it's practically set up. What is more, to set up this application, I need to create a new JavaScript file in which I will be going with each topic which I will present like this. So I'm creating the new file, and it can be like intro.js. So the file with the extension .js is a JavaScript file, and to include that in the HTML, so to display it in the browser as a website, I have to add in the head tags script tags, and it will be intro.js. It will not work like that. And I have imported the intro.js, and I will make a first command, very easy, console.log, and pass the string hello world. So it's visible in the console, and I've just made a first command in our JS file. So basically it works like that. I have the HTML file, which is the body of the entire website. I have their different tags, and for example, in the head tags, it's not visible in the user interface. It's only some meta tags like title, which is displayed on the tab, the script, which is imported, some viewports, and meta tags. And here I have the body tags, in which everything is visible in the website. It constructs the UI. So we've made the console log, and console log is basically the method to print a message in a web console, like we have there. After right-clicking on the mouse on the website and inspecting an element, we have the console tab. We can go also for some sources, network timelines, etc. But the main debugging tool is the console with the console log. So every web developer, no matter which level he has and how skilled he is using the console log and console in the web browser to print some variables, check them, and debug it. I have the console log, and the second basic thing in the JavaScript is making comments. So comments are made with two slashes, and I can type there, for example, this is a comment. So it will be not visible. The browser will reload the JavaScript file, the entire page, and hello world is displayed second time. So it is the one line comment. But what if I want to make some text like in few lines? This is a long comment which I do not want to display. And I can achieve the commented lines like making each line with the slashes, which is not super practical when I have too much code. But also the most suitable solution is slash star and closing it with also star and slash. So this is the very long comment, and it's how it's nested in the file. Comments are very important part in the developing process. So I can make some comments just to indicate for some other developers or me in the future that this piece of code makes something. For example, what is not clear in the first look, I can indicate that, for example, this for loop, this function is getting some users in the application and giving them some admin roles, etc., whatever. And what is more, I can make these comments looking super visible, like adding the new extension, and it's called better comments, which I will show you. And these comments are not visible as this gray or which dim in VS Code you have color, but you can indicate that some comments are, for example, I don't know, the other function, but important, with the star, and some alerts, like when I type like that, I can indicate that be careful, this function has to be removed. I can add a question mark and indicate, for example, that I do not know now how to code it. And the other method, when I type to do, I can pass, for example, in this line of code I have to do in the future some new feature. So this is how to style your comments in the most beautiful way, in the most visible, and look like a pro and have the more smooth and quick development process. The next very fundamental and basic part in the JavaScript is the variable. So I can make different variables and use different methods for that. And maybe I will just divide this part of the file with comment variable or variables, and below I will declare some new variables. Declaration of the variables is only the adding the new variables in the memory. So as JavaScript is statically typed programming language, not like C++ or Java, I do not have to add some and define the data structure. Like I have string and I have to define which string, and maybe for some integers I don't have to define how many bytes it can store, etc. So it's pretty simple, and JavaScript is very beginner friendly at this point. So there are a few ways of declaring the variables, and I will present them right now. So the first is var, and maybe I will add item1 is equal to car, and it's the first variable. I will maybe delete this console log to clear our console, and I have the first item declared as a variable. So this name stores, this variable is named item1 and stores the string car. The next way of declaring the variable is let, and I can make let item2 and, for example, add a string moto. And it's the second variable. So I have two of them, and the third method is just, it's very ugly and don't do it ever, but it's possible to store it and display in the console. Item3 without var, let, or another method, I can add bicycle. And the last method, constant item4 is equal to sheep. So I have 4 variables right now, and I can display them in console, and I will go for them. So I have car, moto, bicycle, and sheep. Summing up this part of the tutorial, which is variables, I have these 4 methods. So this one you can delete and never use again. It's a just reminder that it works, but it's not practical. Var is used in the older version of the browsers, so it was stopped in 2015. It was stopped supported. You have even the console with the it differs in the console. I have the let and const. So basically, as a modern JavaScript developer, you can use only them. I will delete this console to not have problems. And just remember, it's a quick reminder. Basically, we are using the const method. So if I am declaring something into code, I use the const, but there are some differences. And you have to remember that if I want to change variable in the later part of the code, use the let method. So if the variable is constant, just use the const. If it will be changed, like it will be in the function, variable, or whatever, use the let. And I'm going to explain that. So I have this item moto. I will console log that. Consoling these variables is just passing it into console log. I have moto, and for example, I will change the value of the item by assigning the new string item is equal to car. I will copy that and paste there. And we see that our variable has changed. So the 13th line of the code console is just printing the item with the value motto, and 16th is printing the value car. And it's how the let works. I can't do it with the const. It will not work. It will be an error. So I can see there is an error with the assignment. The best way of memorizing this declaration method is just remembering that, for example, I have the price, which I define with the constant. Because this price is constant, we don't indicate that there is an inflation or whatever. The price is constant. So price 1 is equal to 20. It's a number without unit. Const price 2 is equal to 30. And prices are constant, but total price can be changed because I can add price 3, price 4, etc. And right now I will add them, and to make it more rememberable I will add price 3, price 4, price 5. So I have prices which are constant, and some of them, for example, I'm going to the shopping and I'm buying 2 items with the price 1, price 2. It's let. I will console log it. I have to enable the logs. Maybe I will delete the errors. I have 50, but I just come back to the shop and total will be different because I'm taking some things more and I'm adding to my basket price 2, price 2, price 2, price 1, and for example price 3. Price 3 is 40. I have to make another console log, and in the first case is 50, in the second case is 90. So this is how basically these declarations work. Just remember the main rule, always use const, but if you will change the variable, use let, and it's all. Thank you so much for watching this part of the tutorial, and let's go to the next one and become the modern JavaScript developer.